Good afternoon, everybody out there. I'm back again, and I still remain the same Arufujo. But today, this afternoon, what we're going to be talking about is one popular topics that is always around us. I've written it in a blog. You go around and you listen to people talking about it, and that is single parents. Who is at fault? For me personally, to me, single parent is, to me, evil, and then it's something that in any way we shouldn't encourage. But when you look around us, even within one's family, there is tendency you will find one. I'm not talking of those people maybe who lost their husband or who lost their wife. No, I'm actually talking of those people who walk out on one another. That's what I'm talking about today. Excuse me. It's a shame that such a thing is happening in our environment. When I was growing up, you would see such a thing, but it's a sort of problem. Even if a particular person is within the radar of being a single mother or single father, it's always sort of embarrassment, a shame to one side. That was maybe in the early 80s, late 80s, and some part of early 90s. But nowadays, it's now rampant. It's in every nook and cranny of our society now. You go around, that is what you see is. But it's now bothering me. What is the problem? Is it that people don't love one another anymore? Is it that because of the economic problem people always get tired of one another? Is it that people just don't want to be responsible for their own acts anymore? If you ask a man will surely defend themselves. This is the reason why the woman is not good, this is not the reason. If you ask a woman too, the woman will surely say the same thing. So in most of the times, everybody always defend themselves, but without considering those people they put into problem, and that is the children. For me personally, I believe there is no problem that is beyond solution, and I believe before you go to the extent of producing a children, bringing a children to this world, there should be some certain agreement between the two. It shouldn't just be about bringing somebody to this world just for the sake of having children. I believe if I have a sort of relationship with a lady, and then maybe it leads to maybe having pregnancy or those stuff, I believe before that time I should have already made up my mind. This is the person I want to be with. That is why I even go to the extent of having any relationship, because if you can have somebody in your life, I don't see why you can even have such a person as your girlfriend. It is even in modern day that's okay, this is my girlfriend, and then later on, maybe after having children, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 children, it is then decided to propose to me. I said I see it as evil. I'm not being religious here, but if I'm being religious, I believe I'm only saying what should be and what should not be. But I believe this is a social problem. Let us put religion apart. It is something that, when you see something that is good from what is bad, this is a real social problem. It is somebody you call I love you. It is somebody you want in your life. It is somebody you've already told you are the love of my life, you are this, you are that, and suddenly pregnancy comes, and then you put it away, or after delivering the children you then realize that the man is not responsible enough to stay with, and you abandon the child and you walk away from the two of them. I believe this is to me where I see it as very, very bad, as evil. We should look beyond today. We should look beyond ourselves. We shouldn't be selfish in a relationship. Once it has happened, we should be able to settle our mind in trying to do one thing, accept all our responsibility, and be able to be there for those child, because if you either side walk away on one another. For me personally, you are not working on yourself. You are not working out on your wife, or you are not working out on your husband. You are actually working out on those child. They are the one that needed us. I thank God in my life. I grew up under my two parents. I grew up in their house, and I realized the value of them added to my life. Even in our house, it's not that with African something you have to be beaten. That we have never been beaten once. They don't beat us, our parents, but that they were there for us, that we shouldn't put their name in the mud, that we should respect their name, that we should respect whom they are in the society is even enough. We go out there, we behave ourselves, and we strive to be the best among ourselves, among our friends. So I thank God for my life. I thank God for my life. I never experienced. So if I see somebody around me, friends, somebody that I just know that passed through such a thing, it's just a shame, because I do realize sometimes when maybe my mom, because my mom is always one that always traveled a lot, even when he traveled a lot, having in mind that my dad is in that sitting room is a bit of confidence for me, and having it in mind that if I do this thing, I'm destroying that man's name, or I'm destroying my mom's name, is a sort of a distance for me. And then calling, you have problem, you have somebody around, okay, you go to this one is unable to solve it, but you go to the other one, you'll be able to have functions among yourself, and the two of them have been able to come together to solve most of the problem. So even to the extent that where I grew up, people always think that okay, I grew around us or just everything, but we came out as a very good child. So, and it's not down just to us. I could remember a lot of things that have happened. I've been within a midst of some tough guys, but anytime I remember my parents' name, I always have it in my mind. Don't go beyond your boundary. I've already said my boundary, and there are boundaries that their name, I shouldn't put their name in the mud. If my brothers don't put their name in the mud, so you shouldn't start from my own era. So I thank God for that. So when I now see some child doing the same thing, or a woman passing through raising a child on her own, it baffles me, it touches me a lot, because I believe no matter how tough, it has to be by the grace of God to train other child on his or her own. And then that is why sometimes I look at myself, so what's the real problem? Who's at fault? If you go out there now, possibly on the most of the streets of London, everywhere you listen to any news, or somebody stabbing one another, all those stuff, everything. I'm not saying all those people who have been causing problems now actually come from single parent, but mostly there is tendency that it's gonna be tough out there. You will listen, you will meet a lot of single parents, when you, especially single mom, when you listen to them of what the children are passing through, how it's been tough for them to handle those child. You pity them. Just put yourself into the same shoes, and then you start to have pity on them. So I'm not saying most of them are right, I'm not saying men are wrong. That's why I say who is really at fault? Is it that people are running away from the responsibility? Responsibility, because if you say you love somebody, you should be able to love everything that comes out of that person. If that person should not get pregnant or have a baby for you, and then you realize that you're not responsible, you're not ready for that particular child, I believe it's a shame. And if you are the woman and you realize that that man does not want you, maybe you've already met somebody richer than him, and then you need to work out on those child and that man, it's a bit of a shame. A shame, because it's just a matter of time. It is not money that's everything. It's combinations of a lot of things that bring up happiness. It's not that money doesn't bring happiness. You can have had a lot of millionaires that jump onto the train track and get crushed. That is committing suicide here and there, but it doesn't mean that they will live forever, or you will live a happy life, or just everything. Money doesn't bring. It is contentment of your heart, it's contentment of your mind, contentment of your soul that bring happiness unto you. you should be contented with what you have. And I believe sometimes when we discuss all this here and there, all those everything, a lot of factors actually contributed with the lot of child. No, but I won't be going to another one. A lot of child that though their two parents are there, but they are not, their own is not even single parent. Their own are even worse parent. But I'm single. I'm talking about those are the busy parents who really don't care about the child. The father goes to the left, while mother goes to the right. You go around to most of the stations around 11, 12, you see those child about 11, 12, 13 roaming about the street of London. Their dad and mom, where are they? They've run left and right looking for money instead of them to pull resources together, to pull their head together. It is how most of them will build mansion and everywhere. This is my husband building here, the wife and competing among one another. I'm still gonna talk about that one. That one is issue of another day. But issue we're talking about today is just issue of single parent. The mother will walk out of the house, the father and the son, and the father will walk out on the mom and the children. Is a bit bad. And nowadays, again, another problem that makes that into occur is those people who are looking for the kinds of papers or those everything. Most of them don't give a damn even having 2, 3 children, but so far they get the so-called papers, they work out. That paper will not solve for your life. There are a lot of people that I've heard a lot of stories. People who even with green card, with being an American citizen, being a British citizen, still it doesn't make them better than those people who never had anything. So that is what I say worst parent to me is a social problem, and everything actually boils down to the basis of that relationship. To me, in an environment, I'm not being sounding like godly, but if I sound that, I don't mean I should say sorry for them. But everything that we do in the will of God, I don't believe it will go wrong. Everything that we do for the purpose of pure love, I don't think it will go wrong. There's gonna be a challenges in relationship, and just as challenges in our day-to-day activity, in our daily life, there's always challenges. You cannot say because of that challenges, then that's the end. You cannot kill yourself. Then that is the problem of those who commit suicide. But if we look back and try to think of how we grow old when we don't even have anything, and we still grow older and older and older. So we've already beaten a lot of challenges. So those ones should not be a challenge. We should be able to face our challenges, our responsibility, and tackle it in a normal way. Tackle it in a normal way by coming together with our spouse, with our partner, with our wife, and find a way out so that the life of those children will be much more better off, instead of just walking away from them. Even walking away from them does not mean we're not going to face challenges where we are going. Wherever we are in this world, we're going to face challenges. If you leave your husband and your children because he's not rich, you're going to face challenges wherever you're going. Because those guys face challenges for them to make that money. So for you two to be there, you're going to face the same challenge, even more challenges. And if you're not able to stay here, definitely that one can even be bigger challenges, because the richer you are, the more challenges you face in life. So that is why I said who is really at what is everything boils down to the basis of that relationship. How we build a relationship. Do we build a relationship on trust or lie? Do we build this relationship on pure love? If we build it on these two things, on our mutual agreement and mutual respect, I don't believe, and we program our life very well. We tell our life accordingly. It is not that because okay, I've got two-door golf, I've got roof over my head, then I've become a man. Because okay, I'm matured enough now. I I don't know, as a woman, I'm not a big girl, so I can have a child. No, that is not what they call a big girl. That's not what they call maturity. Maturity actually go beyond that. You go beyond material thing. So you've got to add up all these things together to make it work. It is then we can call it a relationship. It is then we can plan for each other. It is then we can always secure our life. I don't mean materially. It might be intellectually. What are you doing to better your life? If you're doing something right, or the other one is doing, what are the things we add to ourselves? What are the values we add onto ourselves? This guy that been following me, does he have any value? No, value does not mean money. Money is not value. Money is part of the value, but is about intellectual things that person can add to your life. How does he see to your life? How does he monitor you? How does he talk to you? What are the things he discuss with you? So then you too, what does this lady discuss? It's just about going to Burger King or going to McDonald's every second Sunday or all those stuff. That is what we are all about. Or is it about everything to go and drink every time? Is that what we're all about, or what I put on? If a lady does not see me beyond what I put on, then I have a problem. I don't believe I should be with such a lady. But if a lady should want to be with for just being me, then, and not just being me alone, being me and then what radiates around me, yes, I believe I should be with such a lady. So that is why I said we should go back to the basis. When basis is wrong, it's just like building a house. Your foundation is not good, or those stuff. What do you think the house is when you build it and you just compound everything? First floor, second floor, and the foundation is not good. What will come? Everything will just collapse, and it will be worse by the time it collapse, because there are a lot of people that might be affected, and those are the children that comes out of that relationship. We should always be thinking of those people around us. We shouldn't be selfish. We should be thinking of the children. If we think of the children more, there will be a lot of relationships that will be saved. You just think about, don't always think about today when you are in that problem, when you are in that you're quarreling with one another. Just look when everything was rosy, when everything was sweet. Then use that one to take it into when that thing is rough, and see it as a phase that will come and go. Understand the person you are going out with. A woman will always be a woman. You don't just know a woman maybe after 4, 5 or 6 months, and then when you've been going out with a year, 2 years, and at the end of the year you now say that woman is a bitch, or that woman is this, is that. It shouldn't be. I believe you know how for you to stay with her for that long. And for those women who believe that, okay, it is about the opportunity that comes, but that thing is not changing because of all this benefit issue here and there, all those stuff that the government is doing. Though a lot of government policy too is not even helping those people in that relationship. It's even going against them. All this the bedroom tax, all those stuff, everything. It's not even helping them too. So you should, once you find a thin line whereby we come together to agree on ourselves, there will be disagreement. That is why they call it relationship. But we should always use the time of agreement to build ourselves during the time of disagreement, and everything will still come back to normal. I've never seen somebody, hardly you see somebody who fight now and they always fight to the rest of their life. No, at the end of the whole stage, maybe after 5 things, they now realize that okay, it's true, we've done something wrong, but just everything, we don't have handle the situation that way. But why don't you just think then before you then dismantling the whole thing? You don't even care about the children, because we are not the one that is much more important. So far you've already had the children in the relationship. Those are the people that are very, very important to us. For me, I always pray that for any child that God gave me, I should try to impact more onto them, more than what my own parents impact onto me. And you don't do that by being away, by running away from your wife or from your children. No, you stay with them. Even no matter what our partner does for us, let us just overlook it and just think of that children, to stay with that children. When you pack your load or those everything to another woman, does that want me the same thing will not happen? That is why I'm even using this opportunity to tell others ladies out there, who a man will leave their wife and then comes to you, everything is I don't know how to put it, but if you should do the same thing for that man there, for that lady there, definitely you two should be expecting the same thing. It will surely happen whether you like it or not, except don't get me wrong, if a relationship is getting too violent, and then the trust that make it to be a relationship as is no more, I believe the best thing is just for the two to go their own way. I'm not saying you should, but going on your own way should be the last result, should be the last thing to happen. There should be a way out, discussion wise, talking to one another wise, calming one another down wise, or a lot of things. We should be able to it is then when this thing is can be possible, and this thing has already totally gone out of hand, then if you pull out, even whatever the two might be, God will surely help the two out, provided we are in the right way. It should be the last result. It should not be because of little things, because we really want to get out of that relationship. There is not even we should set an example from eating the same set of food often and often. If you get a time you get bored of that food, fine. But out of the day we just, and I miss this particular food, then we should do. It will surely happen. Differences will surely occur. But what makes somebody to be thick in relationship is when we overcome the differences. It is not about I love you. It is not what they call a man. It is not what they called I'm not sure enough. It is ability to solve those differences among you and help those children to grow. They need you more. This world out there needs the two parents to help those child to move on in life. If we are facing, we as mother, father facing a lot of challenges out there, just imagine those little children going out there, a lot of things happening. Those people, we should know those people whom our children are moving with. I could remember when I was growing up, I've got a lot of big ones that I talk about big boys, big and bad guys as friends, but those people call them bad guys because they tag them bad guys and they behave like bad guys. But when you get closer to them, they start to talk to them. My mother always said that, who are this or everything. But most of the time, what I was able to do is just, though many people around I see them as well, these are the people that tag them with this, and they're trying to talk to them or just everything to help them. But that one alone actually helps me a lot, because it shows me that my mom care, my dad care. Even my dad that doesn't really, hello, how are you? Because he really believe in us. Anytime you see somebody, usually, is that your friend? Whose son of that is that? Whose son is that? Okay, this is the son of this. Is okay. I'll just call him for me or call her for me, and then they will just share some few minutes to talk together, and that was it. So it really helps us a lot. Where I grew up, people always say, "Oh, okay, this guy cannot be tough," but I always knew where I was going, because I knew that okay, these people, they never go beyond this boundary, and I will not go beyond this boundary. But now imagine there is no one for me out there. My mom travels and I'm the only one. Most of the time I'm the only one at home. Just imagine what will happen if I don't. I just always remember my story or just everything. That is why when you see somebody with single parent and it comes out fine, people always appreciate him. Yeah, because it's not that easy out there. So my brother and sisters, let us go back to the business. Let us find a way out. And again, sometimes you see people that okay, maybe one way or the other, they are friends in schools, find a way out to have a relationship, and they got pregnant, and then having that child, and they realize that that person is not there, they might move on, move on, no marry, and then having another child for another man, having another child. You can't, things shouldn't continue like that. We should try to build a relationship. Go back to the basics, go back to, and we all would like to go in the will of God, because that's the only way. That's the only way. We never miss the way. We should do things not for the sake of doing that thing, because we really need to do. Some people don't get. They said, well, I'm growing up to have children. No, it's because you know that, okay, you cannot be responsible for those children, so that even from the wife, you realize that you have to be responsible for that wife and therefore the children. Then you can go ahead and have the children. So, my brother and sister, let us find the way out. Let us get closer more. Let us to God, and let us be at peace with ourselves. Let us do things not just for the sake of doing it, but for the sake that we've got to do it and we have to stand by it. It is what you believe in, and you have to trust in it, and you have to be responsible for it. It is then we are in a relationship. It is then we are matured enough to have things around us, to have a wife, to have a husband, to have a child. Don't let us born a children for the state to take care of. Don't let us born a child because you want a benefit. It does happen a lot. People having a child because it brings money, they collect a lot of money on them. But just imagine that child went out and mingled with bad guys and came out and those inflicted with some injury, because you never have time to take care of that particular person. So just have that child and you go away. Don't care of what happened about them. Or I'm a very strong guy. I can work a lot of girls around, and then having a lot of children and not be able to take care. We should, as we're considering our pocket, we should always consider our heart. We have to be straightforward and pure. And then I want you guys out there to comment on this video and let me see what you think. Who is really at fault, or is there no one at fault? One, and what can we do to stop this problem? What can we do? Even I believe it's not something we can stop totally, to minimize it, because every year is getting wider and wider and wider. You can hear that marriages is going up every day, but marriages collapse every year. A lot. We will never mention that. Out of the people who come together without formally married one another, and after joining about 5 or 6 months after having children, they all also went away on their own. So I believe it's not the right thing to do. So my brother and sister, I want you to comment. Let me know your own views, and then possibly I'll be much more enlightened. And not only me, there are a lot of people out there who really need to be enlightened about this menace, because it's now a problem in our society. So I still remain myself, Maruf Ojo. You can join me on my Twitter account, that is at Murphy Ojo, and also on YouTube, that is Maruf Ojo, that's MAH OOF. My first name, my surname is Ojo, or Murphy Ojo 1. That's on YouTube. And then so also I'm also on Facebook. That is Maruf Ojo, the same name with my YouTube name. That is Maruf Ojo, MAHROOF Ojo, Maruf Ojo. That is my name. I still remember Maruf Ojo. And also you can also join me on, I've got some blogs for you. That is at murphyojo.blogspot.com. Or if you are a management student, I've got some stuff for you, management student. I always put it on murphyojo1.blogspot.com. So it's also there for you. The people, if there is anything you need tutorial or those stuff, it's also there for you to use. So, and I want you to like us on those social media sites. It is when you like us, when you comment on this thing, that we progress on what we're doing. We know where we are, and we know whether we are doing good things or we're not doing, and you prove us, your comment make us to improve on what we're doing, and then allow us to put in more and better videos or better blogs out there. So I believe in you today, but very soon, possibly tomorrow, I'll be back on there again to discuss. You can also meet me on Ustream where I broadcast live, and we made this one is Niger Stream where it's about social or something to discuss. We talk on my normal dialect, my Yoruba dialect on Niger Stream, and the other one is Mofi Stream. So you can meet me on those two channels, and they're live and direct most of the time. So until then, have a good day. Bye.